my name is Alexandra Brown and I am the Head of Science here at WSO. This video is intended to give you an overview of Key Stage 5 or Post-16 Science here and all the different pathways that we offer. I am likely to be your third point of contact after your child's teachers and then their subject coordinators, who I will introduce to you to on the next slide. But this is my email address if you get to me and you need a query or a question answering that hasn't been answered by one of those other people. So our leadership team is made up of these 5 amazing people. They are Mr. Barty, our Key Stage 3 coordinator, and Mr. Collinson, our Key Stage 4 coordinator, who you may have been introduced to if you have younger students. But at Post-16, we have subject-specific coordinators. So Ms. Kelleher is in charge of chemistry. Anything to do with A-level or IB chemistry, she will be able to help you with. Ms. McLaughlin is in charge of physics. So again, IB or A-level physics. And Ms. Atwood is in charge of biology. So anything to do with A-level or IB biology, or anything to do with the applied science BTEC, Ms. Atwood is the expert in all of those things. So the courses that we offer are really wide-ranging. So our A-levels, biology, chemistry and physics, and these are the course codes. They are all AQA specification. They are not international A-levels, they are just A-levels, and therefore they are linear. I'll tell you a bit more about the exams and the course later. If a student is undertaking the IB diploma, or in some cases the IB career related certificate program, so the IBCP, and they might have chosen a science, they could be doing biology or chemistry or physics, and these are offered at both high level HL and standard level SL. We also offer as standalone or as part of the IBCP the BTEC Applied Science, and this includes study of all 3 sciences. So there are compulsory units in biology, chemistry and physics in the BTEC. So a bit more about biology. There's a slide for each of the sciences just with information about what students will need. A lot of it is very self-explanatory. It's a list of equipment that they will need, including like a lab book, especially for A-level, and some revision guides that we recommend, which will be found on the links when you are sent this PowerPoint. In A-level biology, as I said before, we use the AQA exam board, and the topics are themes of cell biology, biochemistry, ecology, genetics. There's a year 1 and a year 2 course, so split into different topics. This link will tell you a little bit more about that, and the exam specification will be able to be found here. Everything is on the AQA website as well. It is 100% exam. So there are 3 exam papers, all taken at the end of year 13, and there is no coursework. There is a practical element which students do have to show evidence of in their lab books, but this is all done internally through their teacher. For IB biology, obviously it's the IB exam board, and the topics are in themes of molecules, cells, organisms and ecosystems. The exam specification will be found at that link there, and the IB is slightly different. So there is an internal assessment, which is an investigation, an individual investigation, which is worth 20% of their grade. The remaining 80% is made up of 3 exam papers. Again, these are all taken at the end of year 13. To support the students, we are running interventions. This year the A-level will be on Thursdays in 3303, and the IB session will be on Wednesdays in 3207. Chemistry, again, this is the equipment list, self-explanatory I hope, but also the links to the revision guides that might be useful to you. The curriculum topics for A-level are physical, inorganic and organic chemistry, and there are links there for detail on the AS, the Year 1 and the A-Level Year 2 courses, and the exam specification. Exactly the same as A-Level Biology, it is 100% exam, and all 3 exam papers are sat at the end of Year 13. In IB Chemistry, again it's the IB exam board. It's split into themes of structure and reactivity, and the exam specification is in the link there. And it follows the same structure as biology as well, where the IA counts for 20% and the remaining 80% is made up of 3 exam papers at the end of Year 13. The interventions in chemistry will run for A-Level on Wednesdays in 3209 and for IB on Tuesdays in 3213. Physics, again, same equipment list. The books are on the following slide, so I'll just skip forward and show you that. So the topics for A-Level Physics include all of these here. The first 5 are taught in Year 12 and the remaining taught in Year 13. The written exams are assessed externally and they're all at the end of Year 13. And this is the recommended book if you would like one. A PDF version is shared with the students, and there are also AQA specialised revision guides. But if you would like to purchase a physical copy, this is the one we would recommend to purchase. For IB Physics, the curriculum topics are included here. So these are the themes, space, time, motion, etc. And there's a different number of teaching hours for SL and HL, same as in biology and chemistry. Again, there is an IA and the exams are all taken at the end of Year 2, the end of Year 13. Here's a closer look at the course topics. Okay, so on the left hand side taught in Year 12 and on the right hand side taught in Year 13. For IB students, we also provide a link to Cognity, which is like an online interactive textbook. So it isn't just like a PDF copy of a textbook. It has embedded activities, videos, and other like exam questions, for example, that students can use to track their progress. And it's just a bit more engaging than just a textbook in that it's got a bit more picture, video, multimedia aspect to it. Interventions for physics will be on Tuesdays, that's to be confirmed, in 3305 for A-Level, and Wednesdays in 3302 for IB Physics. This last slide just gives you a little bit more information about some of the other links that students might want to use that are really, really useful. We use Formative a lot to assess learning and to help students track progress. Seneca is a nice free online tool that students can even just revise GCSE content before they're going to study a new post-16 topic. Save My Exams, similar, lots of students will have used that at GCSE and it's still useful for them now. Physics and Maths Tutor as well for past exam questions, and Revision Village for IB. The PhET simulations we use it often in class, but they can be something that students might want to explore outside of lessons as well, and specifically for physics is Isaac Physics. So all of those links are there for you. The intervention sessions that I've talked about throughout this video are for any students to come to, so they can just get support with something they've learned that week that they found tricky, or some homework that they're struggling with. Some students will be invited to those sessions, and there will be an expectation if they are invited that it's because they really need that support, and we would encourage you to support them to attend those sessions so that they can get a little bit of extra help at times when they might need it. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact your child's teacher, me, or one of the team, and we'll be happy to help you.